So we have to act. How asteroid belts, the asteroid belt somehow has a lot of resources, and that could help us, or they have gold and silver that could boost the economy. And they have also talked about how we have the resources to do it. We just have to do it because we have the resources, and if we do it, then all of what we have lost, we will have again, because space has this incredible amount of resources and such. And we on-site opposition have been telling you on and on about how we cannot afford that. We cannot afford going out instead of dealing with our own issues in space. Right, before I move on into anything, any POIs?
If your side assumes that governments today already have the resources and should invest directly to solving problems on Earth, why haven't they done so already?
Both of the sides agree on one thing. We are not certain that we have anything to solve these issues. So you guys have been proposing to us that we should go out and lose a lot of our resources and try to find the solution outside. And we are saying we can find solution inside, which is going to be costing us less resources, less time, and is going to be much better for us. And it's not going to destroy the economy. Rather than you guys, what you're saying we should go out, lose this tremendous amount of money, this tremendous amount of energy, which isn't even possible, because if we compare the probabilities, your probabilities are much our probabilities are much higher than yours. Moving on, now we have been talking about how multiple times that space exploration is something that we simply just cannot do. We cannot afford it. We have said this a million times. It's literally impossible. And even if it was impossible, you guys were speaking about how we should go to another solar system. If you want to go to another solar system, you're gonna have to find an engine that goes with the speed of light. How is that logical? How is that realistic? You can't find an engine that goes with the speed of light unless you take hundreds of years for it, and you can't take hundreds of years for it because you have to act fast. And speaking on that point, on my POI that I gave, the answer of the other team was that you guys were talking about how you're going to act now, but you also contradicted yourself by saying that space or science develops very, very slowly through hundreds of years. So how are you going to act now if science is developing very, very slow? So what we say here is just don't do anything, and don't waste time, and don't waste energy, don't waste money on going outside to find something, while we can do it right here on Earth, and we can try to solve it without wasting all of that. And adding to that, as we said before, you can't guarantee even if you go outside of space, how can you afford going out and taking the whole entire population to another whole entire Earth? That is quite unlikely to happen in the real world and in the status quo. Right. So the other side has been also saying that they want to help the economy by colonizing other planets. They also talked about the solar system panels and such. But if you want to go to another planet, it's going to take you much more time for you to actually do it and try to find a solution here on Earth. And they talked about how you'll find somewhere out of the solar system, which, as I said, is completely unrealistic. And this really shows how the other side is completely unrealistic and is living in this world in which it's kind of like a video game, if you want. They're living in a world in which they have incredible energy and incredible resources, which is not what is going on in the actual status quo. And that is why we believe our side of the house is right. And thank you very much.
Okay, thank you all. That concludes the quarter, and thank you all, team. You can now pause and leave.
Thank you for the debate.